Do you know that there's a difference between Social Security disability and SSI, and that many lawyers will not take SSI cases, so it's really important to know the difference between the two programs. I'm Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security disability attorney representing clients in all 50 states. I'm able to do that because Social Security now holds disability hearings virtually, meaning they're held by phone or video, which means I can appear on behalf of my clients no matter where you're at, no matter where I'm at. It's all done virtually now. So again, I represent clients in all 50 states, and if I can help you, please reach out to me through my website at ssdanswers.com. Now, the difference between SSI and SSDI is very, very important, but many people use SSI as a shorthand for the disability programs administered by Social Security, but in fact, there's a big difference. SSDI stands for Social Security Disability Insurance, and it's based on earnings you've paid into the system. Essentially you generate insurance credits or earnings credits for every dollar that you earn is over a certain amount, and you build credits. And to qualify for SSDI, you basically have to show that you've worked for 5 out of the last 10 years. On the other hand, SSI is a means-tested program. It is a welfare program. It's based on solely on whether you're disabled or not. You don't have to have any kind of earnings record. The problem is, and it stands, by the way, for Supplemental Security Income. The problem with SSI is that it's subject to offsets. This is a program that has not been updated in years, in decades. It's way, way outdated, and it's really unfair because people who qualify for SSI have very little leeway in terms of trying to get off of SSI. If you get on it and you try to do anything to work, it could really screw you up. So it's really a poorly run program, but again, if you have not worked in 10 years, you've been raising a family, and you're disabled, and you have no other source of support, then SSI may be your only option. But generally speaking, for an attorney, SSI is much less desirable, and there are several reasons for that. Number one is SSI benefits, which in 2023 is limited to $914 a month. That is the most you could ever get from SSI. It changes every year, but in 2023 it's $914. If you have a spouse who is working, your spouse's earnings will be, they call it deemed, D-E-E-M-E-D, deemed to you, and it would offset your SSI either fully or mostly. Similarly, if you have any sort of assets like stocks and bonds or rental property, more than one car, there's just a number of different things that you're allowed to, that you can keep. You can have most other stuff you can't, but if you have assets over the limit, and I'll link the Social Security page that tells you what you can have, if you have assets over a very, very limited range of property, then those assets would also offset your SSI. Other sources of income like VA benefits or any other sort of disability benefits will also offset your SSI. So for example, I've taken SSI cases and realize now it's taking 2 to 3 years to work through the system, and we go through 2 or 3 years of working on a case, we get in front of a judge, we win, and then Social Security does what they call an income and resource interview, and lo and behold, it turns out that my client has assets or deemed income, does not qualify for SSI, or the offset is so great that the monthly payment is $100 a month or $50 a month or something like that. Attorneys like me, we're paid 25% of past due benefits, with a cap, but 25% of past due benefits. So if the past due benefit is $100 a month, and there's, let's say, 2 years of past due benefits, let's say $2,400, 25% of that's just not a whole lot of money. And so you get to a situation where you go through a case as an attorney, and the fee ends up being $300, $400. Well, unfortunately, in this economy, I'm losing money because I've got to pay a staff, I've got to run an office. I can't take cases where my total fee is going to be $300 or $400. So many attorneys will not touch SSI cases. I'm very, very selective. I will take them under very limited circumstances if I'm very, very certain that my client does not have any other source of income or anything that would offset the SSI. But the bottom line is, if you have very little in terms of assets and so forth, you could qualify for SSI, but you need to know the difference. And again, many people really do qualify for SSDI, but they call up a lawyer and say, hey, I need a lawyer for my SSI case. the lawyer or the staff doesn't know any better, then we don't handle SSI, or we're just really going to be reluctant to take that case, and so you may lose out. So it's important just to know the difference. I'll put a link to a definition that I wrote up on my website about the difference between SSI and SSDI. Take a look at that, but again, try to be specific when you refer to a disability program. Is it SSDI? Is it SSI? Also be aware, and this is beyond the scope of this video, that if you don't qualify for Title II disability on your own earnings record, you might qualify as a disabled widow or widower. You might qualify as an adult disabled child. So there's some ways around it. Again, you got to meet very specific circumstances, but basically, if you've been a homemaker, you have not worked in 10 years, you're married, there's a pretty good chance, and you're disabled, there's a pretty good chance that your case will not, you might qualify for disability based on your disabling condition, but the SSI part won't work out because you have too many assets or too much deemed income to qualify for SSI. So I hope this was helpful in defining the terms. Please visit me at ssdanswers.com for more. If you'd like a free case evaluation, you can visit me there as well, or you can download my Secrets to Winning Disability Survival Kit, again, all at ssdanswers.com. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And until next time, this is Jonathan Ginsberg wishing you the best. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.